Behold, the fourth key to unlocking a higher state of being. You guys better hit that subscribe button. I am literally handing you the secrets to powers that Saiyan would envy. You think this is just about muscle growth? Sure, that's a big part of it, like the Saiyan's blue hair. But the main stat we'll be maxing out today is power, raw strength. Now listen up. I'm not just giving you strength. I'm giving you the ability to break through your limits. To surpass those annoying plateaus. And this isn't some woo-woo chakra talk. Although, let's be honest, that would be a bit interesting. This is pure science-backed game-changing knowledge. Without further ado, let me introduce you to the key of balance, strength and speed. The power of yin and yang. Alright my nuggets, let's talk about balance. No, not yoga with your auntie type of balance. I'm talking about yin and yang, true power, strength and speed. Now these two aren't just gym bros chilling on opposite sides of the gym because they're not gay. They are partners in crime. And when they work together, they multiply each other exponentially. Like peanut butter jelly. But when you try that shit, you get that. So let's get into it. If you're not training your fascia, you're basically a tank with no wheels. A Jake Paul with no elderly. To unlock true potential, you need to train the hidden force within your body. Let's dive in. You guys are definitely thinking now, what the fuck is fascia? So picture this. Your body isn't just a sack of meat and bones and regret from last night's Krispy Kreme donuts. There's actually a thick spider web of interconnected tissue wrapping around your muscles, your bones, and your organs. And it's called fascia. The best example I can think of is a banana. The banana skin is the fascia, holding it together, right? And the actual inside is the muscle. Fascia isn't just some random body part that your science teacher forgot to mention. It's a legit game changer. So functionally, think of fascia as your body's inbuilt explosive elastic system. It stores energy, it transfers power, and it keeps you from folding like a deck chair when your best friend Queso asks for a piggyback ride. So what do you think happens when extremely jacked individuals like you or me ignore our fascia? Well, imagine buying a new desktop PC with a Nvidia 4080 Ti, one of the best graphics cards out there, only to find out later that it came with i3 processor. Personally, I will not have that.
Personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
People come crying to me saying, Don Davey, I can't get stronger, I can't get bigger. While you man are still under i3 processors, bottlenecks exist in us humans as well. So why is fascia the key to gains? Fascia can either be your best friend or your biggest limiter. If it's tight, you're basically putting a straight jacket on your muscles, stopping them from growing and flexing the way they should. But if you train it, your muscles get room to expand. It's like upgrading a piece of shit i3 to the luxurious i9. Fascia training makes your muscles stronger, faster, and more injury resilient. It's basically like unlocking a DLC for your gains. This DLC shall be named Yin and Yang, the conquest for the balance. So how do you train it? How do you train fascia? Forget the dumb static stretches your chiropractor told you to do. Forget the endless bicep curls, although I do love me some ego lifting. Fascia loves explosive movement, and just movement in general, like dancing. I'm not joking. If you watch one of my last videos, you know that one of the greatest martial artists of all time, Bruce Lee, was actually a cha-cha dancer before he even became a martial artist. The more you know, right? So you have to train for elasticity, responsiveness, and explosiveness. Here's what that looks like. Dynamic stretching, leg swings, arm circles, and controlled mobility drills. You're basically warming up your fascia and getting it ready to perform. Plyometrics, exercises like box jumps, broad jumps, and clap push-ups. Not with your cheeks, obviously. These explosive movements basically teach your fascia to store and release energy like a whip made of flesh. Another one, loaded mobility, like grabbing a kettle or hitting some cross-sack squats or Turkish get-ups. These movements build strength and flexibility at the same time, turning fascia into a stretchy, powerful machine. Another one, sports. Literally choose an athletic sport that involves a ton of movement. Could be basketball, it could be football. In fact, if anyone wants to 1v1 me in basketball, I'll be waiting right here. Make sure to bring your grandma as well so I can dunk on her head.
Wait, did we check that she can get dunked on by her dad?
Dunked on by my dad?
Note that it's not a good idea to train fascia as often as you normally train your muscles, for instance. It does take a lot longer to recover, so please remember that. If you're still confused about what it does, think about Brazilian street ballers. These Donnies are master ballers in bare feet. They weren't doing fascia training in the lab, obviously, but all that dribbling, all that movement, that is fascia in action. They've got insane dexterity, speed, and power, all because they were indirectly training their fascia without even realizing it.
Hello. David here. Didn't mean to interrupt your session. Whoever I might be interrupting could be like literally one person, but sorry. The reason I'm interrupting you is specific. I forgot to mention something quite important, and that is one of the fundamentals of training fascia. you're going to notice in the videos I showed you of the Brazilian street ballers, almost all of them were in their bare feet. This is incredibly important. You don't understand the importance of training in bare feet, especially if you want to increase your dexterous ability around your foot area. Let's look at what's happening when you put shoes on. When you put shoes on, it's basically like putting a filter between your brain and your foot. The nerve endings don't get proper stimulation, they don't get proper readings, they don't really know how heavy the floor is, they don't really know exactly what happened. It's like being half blind. You can't really see things clearly. But when you take your shoes off and you feel the real weight of the floor, the ball, how to move, how to do this, the nerve conductivity increases and remembers significantly better. You went to Specsavers, your foot went to Specsavers and managed to get itself a good pair of glasses. This applies, I believe, to the whole body and your hands also. So this is why we see them so dexterous, so flexible, so in tune with their own reflexes. It's because they had no filter.
Think of fascia as your body's shock absorbers. Train it and you'll be bouncing back from heavy lifts, high jumps, or even your bad Tinder dates. Explosive energy. Speed plus power equals boom. Literally the ability to be more explosive. Imagine playing a game and one of the abilities you can unlock was generate 50% more explosive power. You'd be foolish not to take it. So strength without speed? It's alright.
I mean, it's alright. Like, overrated as fuck, in my opinion.
Speed without strength? That's just cardio's clap cousin. But strength and speed? That is balance. That's power. That's how you unlock your true potential. Yin and yang, baby. Let's get it. So you guys aren't convinced. You're not convinced that explosive power can enhance your gains. It's alright. It's not like I have solid evidence. Just kidding, my friends. I have undeniable evidence. It's actually laughable because it's literally in your face. It's literally common sense. So here we go, nuggets. Strap in. I found it. I found the one piece, not that kind, the ultimate proof that explosive training directly affects muscle size and growth. No theories, no bro science, solid evidence. If you've been training hard but not explosively, sorry bro, but you've been leaving gains on the table. And my proof? It's not in a textbook. It's not in a study from some wrinkly white scientist fiending to be the next Einstein.
I seem to be wounded, but...
It's from the longest running experiment of all time, genetics. Yes, my friends, today we are learning from the most advanced athletes to ever exist, to ever bless us with their existence. And guess what? They're not human. The animal kingdom, where genetics are the ultimate science experiment. No shortcuts, no fake natty claims, just pure raw evolution. It's survival of the fittest, or should I say survival of the most jacked. It's the ultimate genetic benchmark. What works stays, and what doesn't, bye-bye.
But Don Davy, isn't that just natural selection?
Yeah, bro, obviously. But let's not forget something here. What causes this selection? The animal's own training. You think Tony the Tiger gets jacked by sitting around drinking protein shakes all day? Nah, let me tell you, it's explosive movements. Training that triggers muscle growth over time, over generations. So look at the animals we know. Tigers, ambush predators, pure muscle. They explode out of nowhere like they hit a pre-workout laced with jet fuel. Out of all of the felines out there, including even lions, tigers are the most jacked and will 100% win every single bodybuilding competition. In Zootopia at least. Lions, they're still strong, but they chase their prey down more often. Less explosive. Less muscle mass. Leaner due to all that cardio trying to make a meal out of a hippo's ass. And look at cheetahs, the fastest on land, but built like the guy who skips chest day. And it's not only the big cats that share this trend. Look at the great white shark and the mako shark. Look at the crocodile and the alligator. Look at the gorilla and the chimpanzee, the gorilla and the orangutan. In every single example, the animal that exhibits the most explosive power are always the biggest, are always the most muscular. Even look at dog breeds. When I say think of a muscular dog breed, what do you think? Pit bulls. Rumba, see, Now I know for a fact that 80% of you are all shook of pit bulls. Have you seen their shoulder width? Have you seen them do the helicopter on the swing? The same theme with animals and humans is repeated over and over and over again.
Hello, it's me again, David speaking. I promise I won't interrupt you anymore. This is the last interruption. I wanted to sprinkle in a bit more information for you guys to get a better idea of what Don David was talking about. So, I'm going to go over a bit more meticulously on the animals and the data. Me and my best friend ChatGPT did a cross-analysis on multiple felines to basically see what caused their muscle mass percentage. Now, what did I take into account? Muscle mass percentage and time per kill. We included in the time per kill that some felines have habits of dragging their prey up trees or dragging their prey to a different location, like the jaguar, like the leopard. We include this into the time per kill. We also include the succession rate in the time per kill, meaning that when some animals hunt, they're often not successful. We multiplied the succession rate with the time per kill, giving us an accurate reading of how much their workout is basically. And what did we find when comparing the muscle mass ratio to the time per kill? We found something quite interesting. Let's go over this, starting with the king, the jaguar. Muscle mass ratio 40, muscle mass ratio 62%, time per kill 44.5%. The lion next, muscle mass ratio 45%. Third, time per kill 320 seconds, even worse. Cheetah, muscle mass ratio 55%, not bad. Time per kill 250 seconds, still kind of dead, at least compared to the jaguar. Sorry, I'm being a bit biased here, but it's my favorite animal. What can I do? The leopard, closer, muscle mass ratio 58%, not bad. Time per kill 85.92 seconds. And the tiger, muscle mass ratio 60%, time per kill 150 seconds. Now, looking at all this data, we can see that there are two anomalies when comparing the animals, that being the tiger and the cheetah. We'll start with the tiger. Comparing the tiger to the leopard, we can see their muscle mass ratio is basically the same, but their time per kill differs greatly. But what can we attribute the extra muscle mass to? It's my belief that we can attribute this to real recovery that the tiger has versus the leopard. What is the main difference between the tiger and the leopard? The tiger is an apex predator. The leopard is not an apex predator. What does this mean? This means that the tiger doesn't have to worry about shit, bro. The tiger is strolling. The tiger is literally a walk in the park for the tiger. Doesn't have to worry about anything except other tigers, obviously, but that's kind of rare. Tigers just chill. They have the luxury to just chill and recover. Compared to the leopard, bro, the leopard has to worry about lions. The leopard has to worry about hyenas. I don't know what other animals the leopard has to worry about, but that poor leopard is out there looking left and right for dangers, while the tiger is just chilling. So the leopard has less time to recover. We can attribute this main anomaly to real recovery. So what does this tell us? This tells us that recovery is a lot more important than we think. The tiger has the ability to recover a lot more efficiently than the leopard, giving it more muscle mass even though it has more time per kill. Second anomaly, the cheetah. We'll also compare the cheetah to the leopard. So what can we see here? Cheetah, muscle mass ratio 55%, time per kill 250 seconds. Leopard, muscle mass ratio 58%, time per kill 85. Now let's just call their muscle mass ratio the same, basically the same thing, right? But their time per kill differentiates substantially. What can we attribute this anomaly to? It's my belief, obviously I don't know, but it's my well-educated belief that we can attribute this to evolution. Now, the cheetah evolved for speed. What does this mean? This means that it has less body fat than any other cat. And what happens to the muscle mass ratio when your body fat goes down? The muscle mass ratio goes up. So even though that the time per kill in the cheetah is basically 3 times the amount of the leopard, it has basically the same amount of muscle mass. But yeah, what is the takeaway from looking at this data? Number one, time per kill or workout or time per workout is very important. The less time per workout, the more muscle mass you have. Number two, recovery is incredibly important. As we can see, the jaguar is an apex predator. The tiger is an apex predator. Both of them are breaching 60%. Now you could say that lions are the apex predator, but lions chill with crocodiles. They chill with hippos. I don't know how many videos I've seen of lions getting murked by hippos, but it's not a good one. I'm pretty sure you can't really call them apex predators because they have a lot of things gunning for them, whereas the jaguar and the tiger doesn't. Being an apex predator means you get to recover more because you don't have to worry about anything else. So we can see the main stat for building muscle that we want to improve is less time in the gym and more time in bed recovering, or just more time chilling like the tigers and the jaguars do. I hope this gave you a tiny bit more insight on what I was talking about or what Don Davy was yapping about. But yeah, hopefully it makes sense. Take care, enjoy the rest of the video. There's not much of it left, so I'll see you guys later.
What's this? I sense another silly question coming. Silly nuggets. When will you learn not to doubt Don Davy? But Don Davy, there aren't any accomplished bodybuilders out there who preach what you're preaching. There is one, my friends. One that's tried to tell you the truth. One that's tried to open your eyes but since failed. And he goes by the name of Mike Mensner. I don't even need to explain who the guy is. You guys should know by now. The man says that he trains 45 to 60 minutes 3 times a week. Oh my days. Do I sense another silly question? Oh. Now when I say explosive training, I don't mean when you see my man doing 100 different types of push-ups on the floor with his elbows. That's all endurance. When you're doing that kind of shit for extended periods of time, that's endurance. Real explosive training is when you put all of your force, all of your power into killing something.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
And then resting, and then recovering. Real explosive training is in the name. Think of an explosive. It has a certain amount of fuel. As soon as the fuse goes off, boom, all of that fuel is used in one go. It's not extended over long periods of time. It's not doing mad burpees. It's not doing mad cardio. It's not doing mad endurance. When you look at marathon runners, they're all so skinny. Just do the opposite of what marathon runners are doing. What else has the same energy output as Mike? The tiger. Tigers hunt, kill, and then chill for a couple days. That's literally all they do. So what about this training makes it so good? I'll be honest, I'm not completely sure. I don't know I don't have the whole picture, but I've got clues, I've got bits and pieces that I can use. Whether it's the long periods of real recovery, real rest, or the explosive activity that goes into a kill, or a mix of the two. All I know is that it works. There's a lot to think about here. I would love to actually have a segment in the next video where I go over some comments, maybe where we have an actual conversation on what you guys think, you know? So don't be afraid. If you have any ideas, even if they're crazy, even if they're dumb, put them down in the comments. My ideas, just look at what I've been saying. We're learning from gorillas. No one's doing it like Don Davy. And again, I can do this because I don't give a fuck about what others think, and you shouldn't either. Now my nuggets is not over. I have left the best key for last. But Don Davy, it's my bedtime. I can't keep watching. Fine. Go to bed. Get no girls. Claim no sweet ones. For the next key is the key to unlock your confidence, your aura, as the brain rot kids say today.